Everybody, and welcome back to A Few Minutes for Millennials. I'm TT, and this is my co-host, the one and only Dub Dylan.
Here we dish on the tea about 2020 U.S. elections, the impeachment, and other hot topics of the day. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, A Few Minutes for Millennials, and follow us on the book, the gram, Twitter, and Snapchat. And if you're interested in helping us to continue to produce these segments, please go donate at our GoFundMe. We also take PayPal, Cash App, and for you old schoolers like TT, you can also write a check, even though I still ain't figured out what that is.
Our goal is to increase voter registration and voter turnout, and as well as ballot power among our fellow millennials, so that they will have a say in who governs us.
And we need financial help to be able to spread our message and stay afloat. So any coins you can slide our way would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, we need them blue strips and them coins. Bit otherwise. Did you get that right, Doug?
Yeah, you did, TT.
But anyways, on our last episode, we talked about how Trump got caught. And we talked about why the Republicans in the Senate probably won't force Trump to get out of office, even if they know that he's 100% without a doubt guilty.
I tell you what, TT, if the Republicans in the Senate jury don't vote him out with all their evidence, they can't ever say another word about OJ.
Dub, what do you know about OJ?
I know some old school stuff too, TT. This ain't just a handsome face. I saw the special on TV about how all those people reacted when they found him not guilty. All I'm saying is, if the glove fit, you must not acquit. If they wanted OJ locked up, then they should want Trump kicked out of office and locked up, unless they are hypocrites.
Dub, focus. At the end of the last episode, you asked me what was Trump's response to getting caught trying to bribe and extort Ukraine.
I've been following up on Trump, and I bet I know what he's going to say.
And what's that?
He's going to tell some lies.
Dub, please focus.
All right, TT. So what is Trump saying about getting caught damn near red-handed trying to bribe Ukraine?
Here's what you have to understand about Trump. First, you're correct. He is going to lie to your face when you can plainly see that the opposite is true.
I was right?
Right. Yes, you were. Second, no matter what, every time he gets caught doing something, he always does three things.
Other than tell lies?
In addition to telling lies, he always denies it, he normalizes it, and then he attacks the person telling the truth.
Talking about like an elementary school kid?
Like a preschooler.
Isn't that a sign of mental problems?
It probably is. Here are examples of his denials and why they're completely asinine. He denied when he claimed it would be a perfect call and that there would be no quid pro quo, but
several government workers said that he held up the money. That's why the whistleblower complained. And Trump was constantly asking about the investigation into his opponent. In addition to that, if the call was so perfect, why did they have the transcript of the call on the super secret computer? And why were they asked concerning about the transcript leaking or getting it to the hands of the public?
Absolutely. He also lied and denied when he said he wasn't concerned about officials and diplomats testifying. But he told or directed several White House officials or diplomats not to testify.
But isn't that obstruction of justice?
It most certainly is. He also lied and denied when he said he was talking about trying to get rid of corruption in the Ukraine, but
he never even mentioned corruption on the phone calls. He only mentioned throwing shade at the guy he was going to run against for president. And if he was interested in weeding out corruption, then he would have never gotten rid of Mary Yakovich, who was an expert at getting rid of corruption in Ukraine. And on top of that, he fired her so they could run his extortion scheme.
He lied and denied when he said this was all hearsay, but nobody had firsthand direct knowledge of him doing anything wrong. But it turns out that people that heard him with their own two ears about throwing shade to his opponent were showing up and did testify. And this one is classic Trump. He lied and denied when he said that he barely knew Ambassador Sondland, the diplomat who helped him run the extortion scheme. But we found out later, Sondland gave Trump $1 million for his inauguration. Sondland was a fellow hotel owner like Trump, and people overheard Trump calling Sondland on the phone after Sondland met with the president of Ukraine when Sondland wouldn't let anybody else in the room with them. During the phone call, people overheard Trump himself asking Sondland if he was sure Ukraine was going to announce the investigation of his opponent.
I told you he was gonna lie.
He attempted to normalize his extortion scam when he had his chief of staff, Mulvaney, during a press conference to tell reporters, "We do this all the time. It's no big deal, and get over it."
Seems like he should have exercised his right to remain silent.
Trump also tried to normalize his criminal behavior when he said he might read the transcript over live TV so everyone could see that it was no big deal. Then he attacks the person telling the truth about his misdeeds. He attacked the Democrats by saying that the impeachment process was a scam and wasn't fair, even though it was a process set up by the Republicans.
So he doesn't like the process his party set up because it exposes his extortion attempts. That Trump is messy.
And when you have National Security Council official Vindman, who was an Iraqi war veteran, he received insults, criticism, and innuendos from Trump and the Republican bully helpers after Vindman displayed patriotic behavior by telling the truth regarding Trump's attempt to blackmail the Ukrainian president. Lastly, Vindman's testimony contradicts Sondland's testimony and spells additional trouble for the bully and his helpers.
So he will attack people who fought for and were willing to die for this country just because they want to tell the truth about him breaking the law and getting caught? Why in the hell is he still in office?
He considered firing the inspector general who received and believed the whistleblower complaint, the same way he fired FBI Director James Comey when Trump was being investigated about his dealing with Russia, helping him to get elected in 2016.
In other words, because he's mad, he's going to go ham and get rid of the other person who did his job by passing the complaint to Congress. I guess since he got away with it once, he figures he can do it again.
That's Trump. He even attacked and insulted witnesses via Twitter as they were testifying and made them feel intimidated.
Wait, isn't that witness tampering and intimidation?
Yep, and will probably lead to new charges against him. His own people called him an idiot for attacking a witness while they were on the witness stand.
Shoot, they should have called him illegal.
And here's the most despicable thing he has done related to this. He insisted that the name and identity of the whistleblower be revealed, even though it would endanger the whistleblower's life and endanger his family. Trump's son came across the whistleblower's name in an article and retweeted the name. And he may have violated federal law when he did it, but he definitely put the whistleblower's life at risk. Secondly, one of the most darkest periods of our country was a period when blacks were lynched over and over again, many times with no justice or repercussions. Thousands of blacks were mutilated, beaten, or murdered, with no one to fight for them or protect them. Trump did something very disgusting when he claimed that him being caught lying, bribing, and extorting so he could have his own way was like being lynched. How How sociopathic is that? All of the atrocities blacks suffered, and he uses that to try to justify his behavior. I think this is a good place to end this episode. You know where to go if you want to help us financially. May God bless you and keep you. Hopefully God will bless us here at a few minutes for Millennials. And may God bless America. God knows America desperately needs his intervention in our affairs.